Hi everyone. So as mentioned in the previous video, we talk about this variation where black attaches, white harness, and this Joseki happens. So in the previous video, we mentioned about this variation. So this week's video, we are going to talk about this variation where white extend on the second line. So what will black do is that he will want to develop his structure at the bottom like this. So common move against this is a poke over here. This is the important point for black shape. So you poke over here, disrupt his eye space, threaten to cut on the next move. Okay, there are two common ways for black to play over here right now. So I will just go through A first. So if black ever play connect over here, then what will white want to do is that he will want to play a 3 space extension rather than a 2 space extension. The reason is because if you play a 2 space extension, then this space is a little too narrow. So what can black do is that black can pincer from this direction, gaining some values on the right side, and he force you on this narrow to settle down on this narrow side. Okay, so once you play something like this, he's going to play either a Kosumi or a Keima. Okay, and you are forced to settle down. If you Tenoki right now, then there's a poke that will take away the white's eye space like this. Okay, so this won't be good for the white stone. So what will white want to do is that he will want to play a 3 space extension so that even when black attack from this direction, you can play a 2 space extension and settle down like this. He has to guard his right side, and after this you can just play this move after this. Okay, if he retreat, then this is going to be an easy move for white. And if he ever harness in this direction, then you cut his stone and squeeze. He cannot escape this move. He has to capture your stone, and you can Atari from the top. And you play this Kosumi over here. Yes, I know there's a double Atari, but this 2 stone is not that important to the white's group right now. So you are going to aim for the Hane over here next time. Okay. So if black play B, then this is the famous variation played between Keima and AlphaGo during the game number 2. So if black ever play over here, then white will want to play over here. Okay, the main point of black playing a jump is to develop his moyo on the bottom. So white extend here to disrupt the shape. And after this, black will want to cut over here. Okay, this is a probing move. So there are two main ways for white to play, Atari, Atari, okay. So if white Atari from this direction, then black has 2 ways to exploit this. Okay, he can Atari from this direction and extend over here. So this is not what white wants. So white will want to Atari from this direction so that there's only one way that he can exploit this RG right now. Okay, so black jump over here, white wedge in between, and black trigger this Atari over here. Okay, 2 ways for white to play. One is to capture, one is to extend over here. Okay, so if white capture this, then black can Atari this and settle down the group on the left side. This is too weak. Okay, so you settle down like this, connect your stone. He's forced to Atari and we sacrifice this stone. The main point is we want to settle down our group on the left side and we want to gain some values on the right side. So he has to capture your stone and you extend over here. Just take note that when he harness in this direction, just settle down. Focus on settling down the left side first, okay? Because we will have value on the right side anyway. Alright. So if white extend over here, then this is the variation played between Keima and AlphaGo during the game number 2. So black will extend over here and white can choose to Tenoki. Okay, there are some ways that white can play later on in the game, either to cut these 4 stone and capture them later on in the game, or to attach over here. Okay, so if white choose any of them right now, these variation are good for the black. Okay, they are going to help black to build a very thick wall. Okay, so if you cut in this direction, then black will block over here. You can't Atari in this direction because this will happen and white will die over here. Okay, so if you want to capture him, then black will get a very thick wall over here and he can just develop this very easily. He can even Tenoki. It's not very easy for the white to enter this part because of this tiger's mouth. Okay. So if white attach in this direction, then there's a wedge in between, Atari over here, and black will connect over here. Okay, you can't push anymore because this will tighten your own liberty, and there's going to be an Atari over here, forcing your stone to become unconnectable. So after this, white will have to play a 2-space extension, and this is good for the black stone because you can bully white shape one more time. Okay, if he play this, then you can just poke over here. Okay. So if you know that this is not that good for white right now, and this won't be good for white at this moment, then just Tanuki first. Okay, depending on how the game develops, then white can choose one of these later on in the game. Alright.